fairly under control, really.
Absolutely, and coming into this straightaway, if you look at Max, he's the blue. He looks to the right to see where everyone else is. And then he approaches the dyno bridge, nope, gets tripped up, and boom. That is a hard fall for him. Pavo clincher up in the white. Oh, such a bad crash. And like I said, Pavo in the white skates right past him, and he will move on with the two-time world champion, Cameron Nas.
So those two are through then to the semi-finals. Let's see who will be joining them. We've got 3 Canadians in this quarterfinal. On the left-hand side is Derek Cocamiglio, and we've also got the Croxall brothers. Scott there in the black, and his brother Kyle there in the sort of grey-red tinge. The other racer is Pacom Schmidt, the French rider. Away they go. Who's going to get the whole shot? Wow, what a strong start. That is from Scott Croxall, pulling into the lead immediately. His brother Kyle slots into second place. A little bit of a bump there with Pacom Schmidt, but that was a tremendous start from Scott Croxall.
But that was some brilliant skating by Pacom Schmidt. He was able to sneak in front of Kyle and now is chasing Scott in that second position. Remember, it's just the first 2 riders that move on at this point.
Scott Croxall pulling away, but his brother's down and facing backwards, and that means Pacom Schmidt is going to be through. In third place, I think, in the end, is going to be Cocamiglio as he comes across the line, and Kyle Croxall doesn't even make it to the line after going down, and that'll be a bit of disappointment, I think, for Scott.
But look at this start by Scott Croxall. He is so far out ahead early on with that whole shot. I mean, expect big things from this rider. He's one of the favorites. He's in the black in the lead at this point. But take a look at the blue rider right there. That's Pacom Schmidt. He sneaks in, comes right in front of Kyle. Kyle and Cocamiglio get caught up in the back, and then they have the job of chasing down first and second. But look at Kyle right there. He comes off the dyno bridge with maybe just a teeny bit too much speed. And like I said earlier, this wall, if you don't make it up it, your race is done.
Yep, and that's one way of making it up it there, isn't it, from Derek Cocamiglio? But Kyle doesn't make it up at all, and his brother Scott goes through. There's another look at the fall again.
And his skates just aren't right under him, and you have to appreciate the way Derek made it over the wall.
Let's hear from our race winner with Haley.
Thanks, Jack. Scott, you've never won St. Paul before. How have you refined your technique to take that title this year?
Yeah, I just feel super confident this year. I trained hard in the off-season. I'm feeling really good on this track, and got one more race before the final, and hopefully I can get on that podium.
I talked to Cam earlier today, and he said that you're the person he feels most competitive with on the ice. How are you going to take away that world championship title?
Yeah, for sure. We talk about that competition daily. You know, we're both pushing each other, trying to push this sport to the next level, and it's nice to have some friendly competition in the top of the world standings.
Good luck out there. Jack, back to you.
Thank you, Haley. The top 16 women are ready to take on the track for the quarterfinals, including top qualifier and hometown hero Amanda Trunzo. You're watching the Red Bull Signature Series.
Welcome back to the Red Bull Signature Series. This is Crashed Ice St. Paul. I'm your host, Sal Masekela. This is the 3rd full season of the Women's World Tour, and so far there's only been one world champion, her name Jacqueline Leger. Last year, Minnesota's Amanda Trunzo had the opportunity to take home the crown, but a failure to qualify for the finals in Ottawa had her watching from the sidelines as Leger took it home for the 2nd time. So, with a laser-like focus, Trunzo decided to hit the gym and the skate parks during the off-season with her training partner, Canadian native but now Minnesota transplant, Miriam Trepanier. Will this be enough to finally push an American into the top spot in 2018?
Let's go! Woo!
And here we go out of the gate again. 2 Canadians, 2 Americans.
Last year was, super close to winning that world championship, but came up a little bit short.
All eyes on Amanda Trunzo. Up to the final corner. Trunzo's down. The championship's gone.
It was my 2nd full season, so to finish 2nd in the world, I was still very happy with that. I trained with Miriam a lot. Last year, I kind of just did a little bit of CrossFit here and there. This year, I did full CrossFit 6 days a week at CrossFit Blaine. And I went to the factory skate park in Minneapolis about once a week. I'd say Miriam and I, we like to give each other a lot of pointers, a lot of tips, which makes it really fun. You have that rivalry, but also she's one of my best friends, so it's a great friendship as well. Me and Miriam do have nicknames. We call each other Shake and Bake. We just kind of do like a little thing where we shake and then we bake, like we're putting it into the oven. So you do a little shake and bake. So that's kind of like our thing. I don't know, it's goofy, but it's super fun. My goal for the 2018 season is just to be consistent each and every race and see where that takes me. And then obviously to end up as the world champion at the end of it all is always the key. So hoping I can get that trophy at the end would be great.
Well, let's take a look at Amanda Trunzo in action then in this women's quarterfinal. Little high five with her fellow American Michaela Michelson there before this race gets underway. And on the far left-hand side, we've got two Canadians, Tara Hunt in the purple, Elaine Topolniski in the pink. And this is the first chance we get to see the women's competition. And you can see Trunzo there trying to wind the crowd up a bit as she gets ready for the drop. Away they go. And it's a pretty even start, really, between those three. Tara Hunt dropping back a little bit. We're on board here with Topolniski. And it is Trunzo who falls, coming up to the BF Goodrich turn, but she somehow manages to stay in front.
So all the training now starting to pay off for Amanda Trunzo as she comes off into the straightaway, into these rollers, timing those perfect. Look at that form. And then over the dyno bridge, and just one more feature to go.
So Trunzo looks to have this under control. It's a battle for second place, though, as they come towards the line. Is it going to be Michelson or is it going to be Topolniski? It's very, very close as they came across the line there. But certainly Trunzo is through to the semi-finals. Not sure if either of those two know which one is through with her.
The photo finish, I always love it when it comes down to a photo finish. And that second and third spot can be so critical at this point. But let's look back at the start. Pretty even, Amanda and Topolniski, as they come over this cathedral drop. But right there, Amanda just stays lower and is able to generate more speed. Oh, but falls right there, able to pick herself right back up, though.
How much of it is recovering from those kind of incidents?
A lot of it is just reactionary, being immediate and being able to get right back up. And there's so much adrenaline going. You keep going, you keep moving forward. But let's take a look at this second and third position, because Topolniski and Michelson are tied right up until the finish. Both of them getting some strides in. And we're going to have to go look at the picture. They both put their legs forward, and I think it's going to be Michelson.
I think Michelson's reaction suggests that she thinks that as well. There we go. Looks pretty clear. We've got to wait for official confirmation, though. All eyes to the timing screen. And, yep, there we go. It's the two Americans that progress. So Topolniski and Tara Hunt not making it through. What can you do? But a good performance from Michaela Michelson, and Amanda Trunzo is with Haley.
Thanks, Jack. So you looked really strong out there. I know we talked yesterday how you were going to utilize the course. Tell me how you did that.
Yeah, I really tried to use those jumps out there as speed to gain speed on momentum out of them to carry me forward throughout the course.
Well, you looked really good. Good luck in the semifinals.
Thank you.
The next quarterfinal about to get underway. You can see Miriam Trepanier there on the right-hand side, trying to get the slow clap going, the Canadian. And she's got another Canadian alongside her in Maxi Plant. And there is Emma Kreiter, who's one of the two Americans. And on the far left is Sadie Lundqvist as we get ready for the gates to drop. Who's going to get the whole shot? It's a strong one from Trepanier, and straight down goes Sadie Lundqvist. Looks as though she's managed to get back up and in the race, but it's Trepanier who's got the whole shot.
And Trepanier spent the summer training with Amanda Trunzo, so they've both come into this race and able to see if that training is paying off. And right now, Miriam is in that lead, but take a look at second and third.
It's going to be very close here. At the moment, it's the Canadian Maxi Plant who has it, but Emma Kreiter is coming to try and take that second position and progress through to the semi-finals, up to the final corner now, and it is going to be a 1-2 for the Canadians. Miriam Trepanier across the line in first place, and Maxi Plant is going to progress with her, and a disconsolate Sadie Lundqvist across the line at the end there after it all fell apart right at the start.
Well, Miriam just looked perfect. She's on the far right of your screen in the red, this whole shot. But on the left, Sadie Lundqvist goes down right at the beginning.